Treating SOC2 as a sales differentiator requires reframing it as proof of maturity rather than a mere compliance checkbox. Prospective customers see SOC2 as validation that the organization can manage sensitive data responsibly and consistently. By referencing SOC2 during early discussions, sales teams can demonstrate that the company has already met the assurance standards many customers demand. This reduces the burden of lengthy security questionnaires, minimizes procurement delays, and boosts credibility in regulated industries such as finance, healthcare, and SaaS. The attestation becomes a shorthand for trust, an external voice confirming that your systems, controls, and culture meet recognized benchmarks for security, availability, and confidentiality. To operationalize this advantage, organizations should develop a pre-sales toolkit built specifically for controlled evidence sharing. The toolkit typically includes a customer-approved SOC2 summary deck or sanitized report abstract, a bridge letter covering periods between audits, a frequently asked questions (FAQ) sheet explaining categories and scope, and access credentials to a trust portal for authorized prospects. A standard non-disclosure agreement template should accompany every disclosure to ensure legal and contractual protection. Together, these tools give sales teams a polished, consistent way to answer assurance requests quickly while maintaining control of sensitive content. Instead of scrambling to assemble evidence for each deal, they can rely on pre-approved, audit-aligned assets that support fast, professional responses. Messaging alignment is essential to preserve both compliance accuracy and brand integrity. Sales representatives must be trained to use precise language when referencing SOC2, avoiding terms like certified or accredited, which misrepresent the nature of an attestation. The correct phrasing is that the organization has been examined or attested under the SOC2 framework for specific trust services categories. Representatives should also be able to describe the scope and audit period clearly, referencing what systems and services were covered. Consistency between verbal statements, written collateral, and the official auditor's opinion prevents miscommunication and maintains alignment with AICPA standards. The goal is to make assurance part of the value story: clear, confident, and accurate. Legal and confidentiality controls protect both parties during the disclosure process. Full SOC 2 reports are restricted use documents intended for customers under NDA. Before any detailed report is shared, the organization must obtain signed confidentiality agreements or click-through acknowledgments within the trust portal. Each access or download should be logged, with redacted versions provided when appropriate to protect proprietary configurations. Legal and compliance teams must ensure that sharing practices conform to AICPA use restrictions, preventing misuse or unauthorized redistribution. Properly managed confidentiality not only satisfies legal obligations, but also reinforces customer trust that sensitive information is handled with the same rigor as the systems it describes. Developing a compelling customer assurance narrative connects SOC2 outcomes to tangible business value. Rather than presenting the report as a technical artifact, explain how it reflects the company's dedication to protecting customer data, ensuring system uptime, and maintaining privacy. Linking key control areas such as encryption, incident response, and access governance to the customer's own risk concerns makes the discussion relevant and engaging. Emphasize the independence of the auditor's validation and the organization's ongoing commitment to continuous improvement. Tailor the level of detail to the buyer's sophistication. Technical stakeholders may appreciate control specifics, while executives focus on assurance outcomes and reliability. This storytelling approach transforms compliance into credibility. Sales enablement training ensures every representative can speak confidently about the organization's SOC 2 posture. Workshops and learning modules should cover the structure of the SOC 2 framework, the meaning of each trust services category, and the boundaries of what can be shared externally. Role-playing exercises help salespeople answer common customer questions, such as how the report covers data residency or third-party vendors without oversharing or misrepresenting scope. These sessions should be part of onboarding for all new account executives and refreshed periodically after each audit cycle. Documenting attendance and comprehension scores provides both audit evidence and internal assurance that frontline staff represent the organization accurately and consistently. Marketing and collateral governance keep all customer-facing materials aligned with compliance standards. Before publication, every reference to SOC 2 should undergo review by the compliance or legal team for factual accuracy and adherence to AICPA rules. The audit firm's name or logo should never appear without explicit written permission. Maintaining a single, version-controlled repository for all SOC 2 materials ensures that teams across departments use the same approved language and visuals. Version histories help track updates after new audits or bridge letter releases, preventing outdated information from circulating. These governance practices preserve credibility and reduce reputational risk while supporting efficient, compliant marketing operations. The Trust Portal is the technological centerpiece of modern assurance sharing. Embedding portal links directly in RFP responses or sales proposals enables customers to self-serve assurance documents while keeping distribution under strict control. Automating NDA acceptance and account provisioning streamlines access. And built-in audit logs record every download, view, and expiration. Analytics from the portal can reveal which customers access materials most often, indicating engagement levels and helping prioritize follow-ups. When combined with CRM data, these insights allow the sales team to quantify trust-building activities as part of their overall pipeline management. A practical example of compliance feeding business growth. SO2 also streamlines responses to vendor questionnaires and due diligence requests. Instead of answering hundreds of repetitive questions, sales and compliance teams can reference SO2 controls and map them to frameworks like SIG, CAIQ, or ISO 27001. Maintaining a single master library of pre-approved responses linked directly to audit evidence and updated after each renewal ensures consistency and accuracy across submissions. This library reduces response time, improves collaboration, and aligns customer assurance documents with the actual SOC 2 report. In effect, SO2 becomes the backbone of your standardized response system, ensuring every answer reflects verified control operation rather than ad hoc explanations. Finally, successful pre-sales enablement relies on seamless cross-functional collaboration. Sales, compliance, legal, and marketing teams must work together to align disclosure scope, messaging tone, and timing. Quarterly sync meetings after each audit ensure that all stakeholders understand new findings, updated evidence, and messaging changes. Legal teams maintain NDA templates and disclosure logs. Compliance reviews all shared materials, and sales ensures customers receive accurate information quickly. Publishing internal update notes keeps everyone synchronized. When collaboration works, SOC 2 evidence becomes not just a compliance artifact, but a living asset embedded in the organization's sales DNA, helping teams close deals faster while maintaining integrity and transparency. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. To make SOC 2 truly enhance the sales cycle, organizations must establish continuous feedback loops that refine their assurance approach over time. Collecting prospect and customer feedback after each engagement helps identify which materials were most useful, which explanations resonated, and where clarity was lacking. This input can feed directly into updates of FAQs, sales scripts, and collateral. When new audit results arrive, teams should refresh all messaging to reflect updated scope or expanded trust services categories. Lessons learned from these refinements should be captured in a sales enablement playbook, a living document that evolves alongside the organization's compliance posture. This iterative cycle ensures SOC 2 content remains relevant, accurate, and customer-focused. Maintaining renewal readiness ensures that SOC 2 evidence remains a continuously available sales asset rather than a once-a-year event. Immediately after receiving a new report, compliance and marketing teams should update bridge letters, replace outdated portal documents, and notify customers proactively that the audit has been completed. Refreshing materials in real time signals operational confidence and transparency, preventing awkward gaps during active deal cycles. Coordinating renewal timing with seasonal sales peaks, such as fiscal year-end procurement windows, maximizes impact. A culture of always-ready compliance positions SOC 2 as a perpetual trust enabler rather than a static report archived between audits. When customers seek deeper technical validation, a structured escalation process ensures that conversations remain accurate and efficient. Sales representatives should recognize when to involve security or compliance subject matter experts to address complex control questions. Providing additional evidence, such as specific control excerpts or remediation summaries, must always occur under NDA and with compliance approval. Documenting these interactions in CRM or support systems creates a record of transparency and responsiveness. Properly managed, these follow-ups strengthen customer confidence and demonstrate that the organization treats assurance inquiries with the same seriousness as security incidents. Global sales operations add another layer of nuance to SOC communication. International customers may operate under different privacy laws or frameworks, such as GDPR, PDPA, or LGPD. SOC materials should include language clarifying how attested controls map to these regional requirements. Translations of SOC summaries and FAQs can improve comprehension for non-English-speaking buyers, while localized messaging demonstrates cultural sensitivity and regulatory awareness. By contextualizing SOC outcomes within global compliance landscapes, organizations expand their credibility and reassure customers that data protection extends across jurisdictions, not just within North American standards. Governance of disclosures protects both the organization and its customers from inadvertent oversharing. Every external reference to SOC 2, whether in marketing, RFPs, or public presentations, should undergo compliance review before release. A central disclosure log must track all distributed reports, bridge letters, and summaries, including recipients and dates. Annual program audits confirm that messaging aligns with AICPA restrictions and that marketing claims remain factual. Internal audit functions should periodically review collateral for accuracy, ensuring no outdated or misleading statements persist. Strong governance transforms SOC 2 references into controlled assets, maintaining credibility while avoiding legal or reputational missteps. Automation multiplies the efficiency of SOC 2 enablement programs. Integrating Trust Portal analytics directly into CRM systems enables leadership to track how often customers engage with assurance materials and how those interactions correlate with deal progression. Automated bridge letter generation and expiry reminders eliminate manual administrative tasks, ensuring documents never fall out of date. NDA renewal workflows can trigger automatically, preserving compliance continuity. Dashboards summarizing key assurance KPIs, such as portal utilization, document access trends, and average request turnaround time, give executives real-time visibility into the ROI of compliance as a sales enabler. Automation ensures accuracy, speed, and scalability, letting teams focus on relationships instead of paperwork. Common pitfalls can quickly erode the effectiveness of SOC 2 in the pre-sales process. Outdated collateral or inconsistent messaging across teams confuses prospects and undermines credibility. Oversharing full reports without proper legal controls can breach confidentiality or reveal proprietary configurations. Some organizations also fail to define boundaries between what their SOC 2 attestation covers and what remains outside scope, leading to customer misinterpretation. The solution lies in central ownership, typically by the compliance or risk team, and periodic quality assurance checks to ensure all materials remain current, accurate, and aligned with audit boundaries. Consistency breeds confidence. Inconsistency creates doubt. Evidence supporting SOC 2 pre-sales enablement must be as structured as the report itself. This includes version-controlled summary decks, NDA acceptance logs, report distribution records, and training completion reports for sales personnel. The collateral repository should maintain audit trails for every update, demonstrating governance discipline. CRM metrics showing reduced questionnaire turnaround times or improved deal velocity provide quantifiable proof of impact. These materials not only support internal governance, but also serve as meta-evidence, showing auditors and executives alike that SOC 2 outputs are used responsibly and strategically. Cross-framework alignment expands the credibility of the SOC 2 narrative. Many customers operate under multiple regulatory lenses, so linking SOC 2 controls to complementary frameworks like ISO 27001, HIPAA, or FedRAMP creates a unified assurance story. For example, mapping the SOC 2 privacy and availability categories to GDPR data protection principles or ISO Annex A controls demonstrates coverage breadth. Providing a comparison matrix in sales conversations saves time and reinforces that the organization's compliance program is integrated, not siloed. This cross-referencing reassures buyers that a single attestation supports their diverse assurance needs.
Quantifying the business impact solidifies SOC 2's value proposition. Improved close rates among security-conscious buyers, reduced RFP completion times, and measurable improvements in customer satisfaction all serve as key performance indicators. Trust portal engagement rates reveal how often buyers consult assurance materials during negotiations, while post-sales surveys can gauge confidence uplift. Even revenue data can demonstrate return on investment, proving that transparency and compliance directly influence business outcomes. Presenting these metrics to leadership reinforces that SOC 2 isn't just a compliance cost, it's a revenue-accelerating asset. In conclusion, SOC 2's role extends far beyond audits and compliance reports. When embedded into pre-sales enablement, it becomes a living instrument of trust, shortening sales cycles, strengthening customer relationships, and differentiating the organization in competitive markets. Success depends on disciplined confidentiality, precise messaging, and close collaboration between compliance, legal, and sales teams. With automation, consistent governance, and measurable outcomes, SOC evolves from a back-office deliverable into a cornerstone of brand credibility. As this course concludes, remember that sustained assurance is not the end of compliance. It is the beginning of trust as a business strategy, where verified controls become the language of lasting customer confidence.